Good afternoon, folks. We're at Minges Overton Coliseum. My name is Jay Dupree. We are here for the second game of a doubleheader between Pitt Community College and Florence Darlington Tech. In the first game, Florence Darlington Tech won 5-2. The Pitt Community College Bulldogs scored both of their runs in that game by home runs. There seems to be a jet stream flying out of right center field this afternoon. The prevailing wind is to that area, and things should get tricky here in the second game of a doubleheader. I am here with you this afternoon with Silas Albright and Kelly Jarman. Silas,
it's great to be here.
Good afternoon. Kelly, hello, how are you? Settling in for the leadoff batter for FD Tech is Keyshawn Samuel, the DH. First pitch is a ball. Logan Welch is our starting pitcher for the Bulldogs. Count goes to 2-0. Logan is a freshman from Winston-Salem, North Carolina, R.J. Reynolds High School. Finds a strike zone for a 2-1 count here in the top of the first. Chamber of Commerce afternoon here. Just a beautiful day in Pitt County. Thank you for tuning into the PittCountyPost.com live stream. We are proud to be here.
It is a beautiful day today, but it's getting a little chilly as it gets later in the day here in the second game of the doubleheader.
No doubt about that. Welch is 3-1 on the leadoff man here. Samuel, designated hitter. Gotta believe he's a speedy guy. Absolutely. Oh my! Start off with a walk.
It's never a good sign.
It's always a tough way to start, put a little pressure on the defense. But it is a long game.
See if Welch can settle in here, throw some strikes.
Batting second for FD Tech is Javon Martin, the shortstop, number 3. Squares the bunt, foul. No, he pulls it back for a passed ball.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Huh.
So Samuel's going to advance to second on the play.
Hold on, they're asking to see if we had contact on the bunt. Everybody in the world but the umpire thought we had contact. Catcher is utterly confused. As we said, Javon Martin is at the plate. He's batting .330. Oh, it is a foul ball. Thank heavens for the appeal. That's why 4 eyes are better than 2 most of the time. Samuel at first for Tech, and Martin batting. Martin came in the weekend batting .333. Substantial power, 6 RBIs. He squares the bunt again, and second baseman and third charge. He pulls back. Go ahead.
I talked to Florence Darlington coach Preston McDonald before the games this weekend, and he said they're not a team that's going to hit. They don't have much power. They're going to keep the ball in the ballpark and just try to manufacture runs. That's what they did to win the game in the first game, and looks like what they're trying to do with the bunt, try to get the run over here.
Absolutely. Oh, fly ball to the left field, base hit. Oh, juggled in left field by the left fielder, Farmer. Runners at first and second, nobody out, top of the first. That was a nice single into left field.
Some early trouble for Welch here. Let's see how he responds.
Let's see what Coach Easton does with the infield this early in the game. Not likely to be too tricky with it, still looking for outs.
Mm-hmm.
Third baseman in on the grass. At bat, we have Dante Blakeney.
Yeah.
Ooh, he caught the outside corner there. Wide strike zone there. Now, Blakeney, number 5, as you would suspect in the 3-hole, is this team's stud. He comes in batting .367, 14 RBIs coming into this weekend. Simply an amazing athlete, we hear, and a solid baseball player. 1-1. Setting the table for you, it's 1-1, no outs, runners on first and second for FD Tech.
Yeah, in the first game, Blakeney had a double that he absolutely killed in the gap, and I think he had another single too. He had a nice first game.
Just a fine athlete,
Yeah,
runs
definitely.
well. I mean, he's a great baseball player.
Absolutely.
Ooh,
Plays the
little
field
Texas
well.
leaguer right there.
Mhm.
Handled by the second baseman, Bullock.
That was a good pitch from Welch. Really got the result he was looking for there. No events on the runners. Now we can look for a double play and get out of the inning.
That's exactly right. You want the ground ball bad.
Mhm.
Number 14 coming up to bat for FD Tech is Tyler Anshaw, the third baseman. Tyler batting .235 coming into the weekend. I tell you what, now that umpire is given that outside corner against a left-handed batter. If I was a pitcher, and I never have been and never have the skills to be, but I would stay right there, and I'm sure Coach Eason is sending that same information through his catcher.
That's definitely a tough pitch for any batter to hit. So if the ump is calling that a strike, I want to definitely throw it there.
He is still hanging outside there. Is it 2-1?
Yeah, I believe it is.
2-1 and 1 out. Still looking for that ground ball to get us out of the inning. Anshaw with the deep drive to right field, and deep it is. Whoa. 3-run shot there, folks. How's that to get started at first inning of a doubleheader? Well, that's all right. Now, I'll tell you, we have talked about it. The opening crew talked about it, and this right field, even though the flag in dead center has died down substantially from what it was blowing earlier, it's a power alley.
Absolutely.
A wide one, you're talking about from right center all the way down to the pole, is a good travel agent today.
Mhm.
Foul ball. At bat, the fifth batter, Harrison Hawkins, the right fielder. He had a quality first game as well. Count is 1-1.
The pitch was on the inside of the right-handed batter, but it looked like it was in just about the exact same location as it would have been on a left-handed batter. Just the umpire didn't give it to him there.
Outside, 2-1. Hawkins came in batting .321. .3-1. Got him right where he wants him. Hawkins scored a run in the first game. According to unofficial stats up. Oh, my. It was the fourth ball, so the wild pitch doesn't really matter. The pitch being wild, it wasn't a wild pitch classified as such. Coach Eason heads out of the dugout to try to settle down Logan Welch.
Just a rough outing so far for Welch. He's walked 2 batters. I think he's had 2 wild pitches. Of course, the deep 3-run blast. Got to find a way to get some more outs.
On to bat for the Stingers is number 16, Caleb Williams.
It was a quick trip. I think Coach Eason must have succinctly relayed what he wanted to tell him.
Yeah, it's too early to take Welch out. We got to get some quality innings out of the starter here. It's probably what Coach Easton and his staff are going to try to get out of him. Just want to settle him down, get him into his groove, because he's got good stuff. We know that. But
No doubt this division of baseball is unique in that they play the double headers on the weekends, and that puts a strain on any pitching staff, but the coaches are certainly prepared for that, but they do need innings out of their starters. Foul ball. FD Tech, Florence Darlington Tech out of Florence, South Carolina, is part of the South Carolina technical school system. 5,600 students on a sprawling 240-acre campus. most popular degrees, nursing and accounting. And so they service that part of the world just like the technical college system does in most parts of the world. Outside pitch, runner steals, safe.
It was a good throw there. It looked like it might have got him, but I guess the tag wasn't there. It wasn't that good of a jump, but yeah, this is getting back to the style. We talked about it. They did it in the first game. They've been trying to do it here. Just get runners on, get free bases, take bases, steal bases, anything they can to try to score some runs.
Certainly small ball approach. We're 1-2 and 1 out. Here still on the top of the first. 3-0 Stingers over the Bulldogs. One, two, 1 out, top of the first. Trying to figure out exactly how to handle this. The catcher and pitcher trying to get the communication straight.
Big pitch here. Try to get that second out and get out of the inning without any extra damage in that 3-run shot.
Ooh, high fast one right there by the young kid from Winston-Salem. I mean, he threw that one to get that third strike, exactly what he needed. Muscled him up for a nice-looking pitch.
On the ladder on him a little bit.
Defensive adjustments being made by the Bulldog coaching staff. You know, we've talked about Preston McDonald, a coach at FD Tech. When we met over the winter with Coach Eason to determine exactly the schedule of games, and we're picking this out, he was very complimentary of Coach McDonald. Coach McDonald was at one time the youngest head coach in baseball at 24 years old. And so he's very accomplished, still quite a young man, but very accomplished. And he has got a solid team and has had a solid team at FD Tech for a good while.
He has.
I've been the head coach there since 2009.
Definitely a standout guy. I got a chance to talk with him before the series, and he definitely treated us with respect, gave us a lot of good details about his team we could use on there. Very helpful.
Ground ball to first base to get the third out of the top of the first. Bulldogs get out of the inning quite damaged. 3-0 off a 3-run shot. We'll return for the bottom half of the first and see if the Bulldogs can't make some waves.
At Greenville Auto World, big changes are taking place.
And now those changes are finally complete.
Greenville Auto World's long-awaited expansion features a new state-of-the-art repair facility that's larger than ever. With a spacious showroom and increased staff, every aspect of our new building was planned with greater customer experience in mind. No hassles, no frustrations, just top-notch care and the cleanest cars, trucks, and SUVs in the area.
To have your great customer experience, visit us in person or on the web at greenvilleautoworld.net.
At Greenville
Auto World. Oh, that was a commercial from one of our sponsors, Greenville Auto World. We also are sponsored by Pitt Printing and Laura Beer Mexican Restaurant. Laura Beer Mexican Restaurant has Taco Tuesdays. Our tacos are $1. Wednesday, chalupas and quesadillas are only $1. And Friday, their lunch specials are enchiladas, tacos, and burritos for $1. All right, and now we're going to get back to the live stream at the bottom of the first inning.
I want to give you an update. Our normal broadcast crew of Travis and Tyler Warren have obligations this weekend, couldn't be with us today. Tyler will be back tomorrow helping Croft, who is our lead broadcaster, play-by-play man, calling the first game tomorrow afternoon. That first pitch is at noon. We look forward to having everybody there. Okay, starting the bottom half of the first, leading off for Pitt Community College, of course, is Patrick Wheeler. Patrick is playing center field this game.
Freshman out of Holly Springs, NC.
1 for 4 in the first game with a single. Left-hander goes to 1-2. Pitching for Florence Darlington is Alex Hersey. He brings a 3.6 ERA in today's game. As has been discussed already in the stream, FD Tech has a very strong pitching staff. Strikes out the first batter. Wheeler goes down with a strikeout. It is indeterminate exactly who is going to be available to FD Tech this weekend. Coach McDonald has some comments about that. Silas, what did he talk about his pitching staff as best you found out?
Yeah, his number one, Trent Archer, he is coming off his last game against Cecil College. He threw a no-hitter with 15 strikeouts. He was touching 95 in the 7th inning, according to Coach McDonald. He's getting a lot of pro interest, and Coach McDonald said he definitely has a chance to be special if he keeps doing what he's supposed to do. But luckily for the Bulldogs, Coach McDonald said we won't be seeing him today, or this weekend the Bulldogs won't, or their number 3 pitcher, or probably not their number 4. He said these non-conference games are really a good chance for his staff to get some pitchers in there that might not be as experienced as others, and just see what guys are going to get into the right roles before region play starts.
Braxton Green swings at a third strike, missed by the catcher, and runs to first, gets put out 2-1 on a drop third strike. Next batter, number 3 for Pitt Community College, Daniel Milwee, the normal catcher, DH in this in. Foul ball down the right field line, out of play.
Homered in the first game of the series. The transfer from Arizona, University of Arizona, he was actually in the College World Series last year. It's pretty cool.
You know, Coach Eason has a way. He has a substantial contacts within the baseball community, and he is always finding that kid who, Milwee fly ball to right field, carries out, even though it looks like he just punched it for the third out of the inning, the right fielder corrals it down, and that ends the first inning, 1-2-3. The Bulldogs go down. But we're talking about Coach Eason. Coach Eason has a unique ability to find a ball player out there. And the truth of the matter is, folks know Coach Eason and the kind of guy he is, and we've talked about it a bunch of times because it's the truth. And I think the ball players come to him. I think what really happens is the ball players' advisors, parents who are touched by coaches and that kind of stuff, say, you need to at least give Pitt Community College a call. And so we're real excited about his abilities, Coach Eason's abilities to do that. Milwee is just another one of those products. We'll be back in a few moments.
All right, we're going to take a quick look at Aaron Stamper, number 5 on the Pitt team. He is a outfielder. He is a sophomore here. He is from Clemens, North Carolina. He attended West Forsyth High School. And one of his achievements is winning the state championship. All right, we're going to hear more about him in the next inning, and now we're going to be back on the live stream.
So we head to the second inning. I'm Jay Dupree right here at the beautiful Pitt Community College campus, the ever-expanding Pitt Community College campus. It is literally a growth mechanism in and of itself. The citizens of Pitt County are extremely fortunate to have such a fine institution here within our county, and it helps us every which way.
Absolutely.
So that number 8, Stephen Cox.
Leading off for FD Tech is number 8, Stephen Cox.
First baseman.
Welch Rares back. Ooh, squares around, shows a bunt, pulls it back. Again, some of that small ball technique that Coach McDonald has indicated is his best way to get the victory.
It's not often that you see a first baseman square around like that.
Ooh.
Good pitch there from Welsh.
Yes, sir. That can be duplicated. That's where you want to stay. If he's going to give you that low strike, 1-1, no outs. Top of the second, 3-0 Stingers. Foul ball straight back. He's dead on him with that kind of swing. Didn't look like it, but when that foul ball goes back like that, you expect you just a half-inch shy down, hands up, and drive it back up the middle. 1-2, no outs. Oh, well, Welch had a pitch to waste, and he certainly did that. 2-2, no one on, nobody out. First batter of the second inning.
After kind of long inning from Welch in the top of the first, would have liked for the Bulldog hitters to get the bats going a little bit, give him a little bit of time to get his composure back. Unfortunately, that was not the case, so Welch is back out here now. And
excellent pitch and excellent point, and this worked to 3-2 now. Tough to go from 1-2 to a walk there.
Back-to-back innings, Welch has put the first runner on with the walk. It's his third walk of the day.
That moves Cox to first base via the walk and brings to plate number 9, Caleb Nobles. Third baseman, second baseman charge for the bunt, squared around. Does not get it down. Call or strike on the inability to get the bunt down. I tell you what, this is actually, playing this kind of team for 4 games is actually great work for the Bulldogs.
Absolutely.
They're going to make you concentrate every pitch.
It'll force you to get better.
Pops up the bunt, squares around, pops up the bunt. He's clearly, Noble's unhappy with himself, not being able to get the bunt down. You know they must work on these small ball tactics all the time, and just a matter of getting that bat head up, bending those knees, and going and getting the ball, especially if it's suicide material where you got to get it out there to move the runner over.
So 2 strikes here. I'm not sure what coach is going to call. See if he wants to risk the bunt again. Those first 2 attempts did not look very good. He missed the first one and had a not very good try the second time either.
Oh.
He's bunting.
Pulls it back for a 2-2 count. Am I correct on that count? My eyes deceive me in my old age. No outs here in the top of the second, excuse me. Florence Darlington Tech versus Pitt Community College. Lovely campus, Pitt Community College. Pitt lost first game 5-2. They find themselves down 3-0 in the top of the second against a good Stingers team. Swing and a miss. Steal. Runner in safely. High throw from the catcher. So runner moves to second on the strikeout, giving us 1 out here. First baseman taking the bag there. A nifty move for a normally corner stayed position.
Looked like it may have been a hit and run situation there.
Yes, good point. Good point. I had my head down there.
Back to the top of the order, we got Keyshawn Samuel, the DH, up for the Stingers. Reached on a walk first time around, scored on the Anshaw homer.
Ooh, nice wide zone. I mean, it's almost to the point of impossible to predict. And so some pitches this umpire is given is very helpful to a pitcher and almost disastrous to a catcher or to a hitter. But of course, when Pitt Community College has not been able to take advantage of that strike zone yet from a pitching standpoint.
Good pitch there. Got him.
So we're 0-2 with 1 out, top of the second. Runner at Cox, the first baseman, runner at second base. Leadoff batter. Keyshawn Samuel at bat now. 0-2.
Good 0-2 pitch. See if you can get him as chase one.
Yes, sir. Welch is certainly focusing on this at bat.
Doing a good job of hanging in there and not losing his composure.
Time called. 1 out. Top of the second. Struck him out.
Good pitch.
2 outs. Battled in there. Now the infield can take a step back, get the ground ball out, and get out of here, and let something keep him from keeping something from sliding through the hole if they had to play in. Hitting now, number 3, Javon Martin.
Yeah, definitely the Bulldogs want to get out here and keep Blakeney from getting another at-bat. Their big bopper. Don't want to see him with the runner in scoring position.
Martin, the shortstop for the Stingers.
Bulldogs.
Welch attacks for the foul ball down the right field line gets ahead 0-1, 2 outs. Pardon me, Sauce.
You're good. I just going to make the point that the Bulldogs would definitely rather face Blakeney at the top of the third with nobody on than when he could give his team a chance to extend their lead.
Oh, absolutely. The pitcher would have a whole lot more options as a leadoff than a man with 2 on and 2 out. But that's exactly what they're going to face. Hit by a pitch. Welch could not get it in the strike zone, so that moves Martin to first base. Runners on first and second with Dante Blakeney coming up. And Logan Welch has got to handle him very particular right now because things can get treacherous early if things are mishandled with Mr. Blakeney. Here comes Tommy. Here comes Coach Easton, excuse me. Out of the dugout, making his second trip in the afternoon, Silas. Is that right? He was out in the first inning as well?
Mm-hmm. Looked like he gave the signal to the bullpen. Maybe go ahead and make the change. Face the big batter here.
Just a reminder, we'll be having a 12 o'clock.
Had some difficulty with his pitching staff today getting some innings out of his starters, and that's going to make things troubling as we head through tomorrow afternoon. Silas and I will be back with you for the second game call tomorrow afternoon for a 3 o'clock first pitch according to a noon first pitch. At the Pitt County Post, we're very excited to announce that we will be streaming live 9 dirt track races at the Elm City County Line Raceway. County Line is a venerable old track that has attracted thousands upon thousands of spectators, owned by a family for a couple generations. Now got the younger generation running the track over there. The Holcomb's been so nice to us in regard to getting things ready. Our first stream will be March 18th, which is just around the corner, 2 weeks from today. We'll be doing 7:30 to 11:30 nights. Be bringing in an old-time broadcaster. Done a lot of NASCAR, done a lot of racing experience calling. Jimmy Garner will be the lead broadcaster for that particular foray of events. 9 races scheduled March 18th through mid-October. We are so happy to have the I-95 series coming, which is a late model stock series run at 3 different tracks, County Line being one of those. And we'll get all of those late model stock car races to stream. So if you're interested in some stock car racing of the finest sort, with some lively crowds, lively racers, lively broadcasters. It's just going to be a fun evening and a packed house every night over there at Elm City. So we're real proud of that. Please get on pittcountypost.com and you'll be able to see the dates. Like I said, March 18th is our first stream, and we'll be giving you more information as that stuff becomes available. But we're just really excited about that. We'll also be attempting to stream some high school baseball games here locally, so you want to stay attuned to our website about information about that. Certainly want to get around to as many schools as we can this spring, working all those logistics out and making sure everybody gets what's necessary. We got a pitching change, Silas. Who's come in? Looks like we've got a lefty coming in for Pitt Community College to throw for us. Who we got coming in?
Yeah, we got number 10, Blake Morgan. He's a redshirt sophomore out of Texarkana, Texas. He was born there, but his hometown is Durham, NC, and he attended Riverside High School.
All righty.
He's a transfer from North Carolina Central, so he's got that D1 experience. If he can come and get it out against a big-time hitter and get the Bulldogs out of the inning.
Left-hander, 2 on, 2 out. Stingers half of the second. 3-0 Florentin. Can't even say the word, guys. Florence Darlington. I have practiced that all week knowing I'd had to sit in this chair, and I still embarrass myself. That's not unusual, though.
We knew what you meant. Got through it.
I normally embarrass myself in the halfway quiet behind us, just stalking you guys. Bulldogs need out in the worst kind of way.
Dude.
0-2. So Morgan jumps right in there and gets ahead exactly what the staff wanted out of him, and he comes right in there and makes that batter work. At bat we have – who's that hitting, Tyler? Silas?
That's Blakeney.
Okay, that's the big guy. Okay, he's still up there. All right.
Haven't been able to put him away yet. He's still in the batter's box.
You see those quick hands right there from Blakeney to stay alive in that at bat. Kind of made a late decision on that ball and still gets a good shot on it, even though it's obviously foul. But obviously that's some of the things that they say you look for. Now you see that flag out in center field blowing dead away center. So the wind that is always the companion here at Minges Overton Field is going to be right there in the batter's help and the pitcher's enemy.
Yep, definitely want to try to keep the ball down if you're the Bulldogs here.
There he is. Nice. That a way to handle him. Mixes in some off-speed stuff to handle the stud, and he does that. Congratulations to Blake Morgan. Top of the second, just completion of half of the second. 3-0 Stingers. Bulldogs coming to bat.
All right, a little bit more about Aaron Stamper, number 5, one of the outfielders for Pitt Community College. He said his favorite MLB team is the Atlanta Braves. His favorite player is Chipper Jones. We asked him if you could have any specific quality of any current or past baseball player, who and what would it be? He said he would like to have speed like D. Gordon. He picked his jersey number because he wore number 5 in football as well. He said if he could improve something the most of his game, it would be his arm. And his plans after Pitt is to attend a 4-year university. Okay, and now we're going to go back to the live stream.
Good afternoon, folks. Bottom half of the second.
See if the Bulldogs can get back into the game, get some guys on base.
Let's tell folks who we got the Bulldogs coming up. Is that 27 Camerata?
Yeah.
Yes.
DH.
Been a lot of talk about Dominic. Fine ball player. His family sent us a real nice email about the last live stream we did. It's very kind to hear from folks about that. We appreciate it. It's out of Asheville, and that's a good long drive. Don't get to all the games, and so we want to make sure you tell your friends and family about this stream.
Absolutely.
Camerata swings at the first pitch, 0-1. He will go up there. Now, this kid does not get cheated. He goes up there looking to drive the ball. He's not looking for a walk.
It definitely looked like a home run cut there. Like he's got 5 on the year.
Ooh, slow curveball drops in there. From Hersey, Alex Hersey, the pitcher for the FD Stingers, a little lefty.
Had a nice first inning. Got the Bulldogs retired in order.
Camerata lays off the 0-2 for a 1-2. Getting it at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Everybody's just looking at base hit right now. Pitt Community has not been able to get much offense going today. They have not had that problem this season.
Absolutely not. The Bulldogs coming into the series today at 10-2, so they definitely haven't had an issue with scoring runs.
2-2 on Camerata as Hersey stares in and gets his sign. Swinging a strike for the first out of the bottom half of the second.
Little late there. Hurst has really got his stuff working early in this game.
You know, baseball is clearly a game of averages, and with PCC being on the tear they have been on, and man, when they went to South Carolina last week, it was so impressive. I mean, you got to figure the average is going to catch up with them, so they've not had the most impressive day today at the bat, but things may get better soon because they are a very talented bunch. Batting currently, Caleb Nobles for the Bulldogs.
That's actually Drew Pasor. I think you're looking at the Darlington.
Oh, pardon me.
That's you're fine. Pasor, the East Carolina transfers. I believe he went to South Central. He's a local kid, so he's been around this area his whole life.
Hits the ball back at the middle ground ball. Second baseman over to first for the out.
Oh, close play.
Hustled down the line by Piscort, but the ground ball is a 4-3 put out for the second out of the bottom half of the second. I tell you what, we could really use some base-to-base work here. Our pitching staff needs to be able to refocus themselves. Everybody needs a little bit of time in the dugout to get right, and these 3 up, 3 downs are tough.
They are. Don't give you much time.
Now we have number 2, Tommy Bullock, batting.
Bullock fouls off the pitch, making it a 1-1, 2 outs, bottom half of the second.
Bullock, the sophomore from Mooresville, North Carolina. Mooresville High School product.
Playing second base today. Hit by a pitch, so he'll take his base.
Maybe that's the base runner we needed to get the stinger pitcher, Hersey, out of his groove.
Hope springs eternal. I tell you, it is small little flares that get things started in baseball, and something like that can get something going, especially with the talented bunch that the Bulldogs put on the field. And discussion going on now. I think Coach McDonald would kind of like some clarification on that hit by a pitch and not moving. Seems like he felt like there needed to be some attempt by the Bulldog batter to get out of the way. Now at bat, who we have bidding now?
Number 25, Sammy Kraft. Oh, high drive. Oh, just
Left field. The left fielder settles under it, close to the line for the third out of the bottom of the second. That was a first pitch swinging, I think. And so, the aggression continues, which is what you want. Look, we'll head into the third inning with the Stingers up 3-0.
All right, and Sammy Kraft, who just got that last out, he was one of our players of the week for this past week, so we're going to take a look at an interview with him really quick. We probably won't get through it, but we will go through it the next inning too. Go.
All right. My name's Sammy Kraft. I went to North Pitt High School, and my position is catcher.
All right. So what got you started into playing baseball, Sammy?
I started when I was about 9. I just really needed something to do, like athletic-wise, and I really liked it, so I kept playing with it.
Okay. And who, besides Coach Easton, has really influenced your baseball career? Like, who really got you into playing baseball?
I had a coach way back, Coach James Molinari. He really taught me the game. Like, he went over every aspect. Him and then my high school coach, Coach Meadows, he was a great coach. He really helped me along. So, yeah, I really point out those two.
That's great. And what has been your favorite? Is this your second or first year playing with
This is
Pitt?
my first.
This is your first? So I know you haven't had a lot of time here, but do you have a favorite memory so far from this season? Or you can even say like your favorite memory from high school. Like, what is your favorite baseball memory that you have?
I would have to go with, I had a walk-off in high school to win the Easter tournament. That was awesome.
That's so cool.
All right, and we'll finish up that interview when the next inning comes. Now we're going to go back to the live stream with Jay and Silas.
Good afternoon, folks. Leading off the top of the third, Tyler Anshaw was the big bopper earlier in the first inning with a 3-run drive that has got us where we are right now, 3-0 in the top of the third. He settles in against Blake Morgan, the left-hander, who came in and put out the fire for the Bulldogs in the top of the second. First pitch swinging foul ball down to the bullpens here at Minji's Overton. So, again, Morgan goes out there, fills up the strike zone, and gets ahead. It's 0-1, and that's where you want to be, and that's all you can ask out of your pitcher. So it's defense work from there, and of course the mystery of the offense this weekend.
That's right. Morgan came in the second inning to replace Welch. He struggled a lot in that first one at bat he had against he faced.
Another foul ball by Anshaw, making it 0-2. Again, Morgan ahead. So the 0-2 you got some pitcher to the mess with and waste, as they say. Outside, catcher set up off the plate, and he finds him off the plate. So it's 1-2, 1-2, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
1 and 2.
A good pitch, like a curveball.
Yes, sir. That was nasty right there. I tell you what, Morgan just came in and grabbed the ball and said, I'll take it. I'll take it, Coach. Give me a shot. I'll take it. And that's nice out of a left-hander. You always need your left-handed staff working hard, and then they're an odd bunch. And that pitch was just beautiful right there, off-speed pitch in that particular spot.
Well, it looked a little bit like his favorite MLB player, Clayton Kershaw. Maybe not to the same extent, but definitely the same result.
Harrison Hawkins at bat, the right fielder, number 37 for FD Tech. So he'll be looking for a strike right here, and I suppose Hawkins will be looking for something he can drive. Okay, 2-1. Maybe I don't have the best angle of my seat here, but certainly it looks like the strike zone is sufficiently wide for the pitchers today.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that call. Take it.
Ooh, driving to right center field, going to drop. Yes, sir, for a single.
Little bloop.
Hawkins gets a little bloop single. Normally we've been seeing things shot out of a cannon to right center, but that one dropped right out there nicely for a little single for Hawkins. So that's good, I suppose. So he's on first, 1 out, top of the third.
Number 16, the catcher, Caleb Williams, up for the Stingers.
Williams came in batting .273.
Morgan would love to see something on the ground, get out of the inning, his bats go to work.
Well, he keeps the ball down generally, and he's done that today. And if he gets a ground ball, it's a good opportunity to finish this thing and see what can be done in the bottom of the third.
Absolutely. It's good to see Morgan out here playing baseball, throwing, because in 2016 he had Tommy John surgery, and sometimes when pitchers have that, it's tough for them to return from that. But he's got 2 strikeouts against 2 pretty good hitters, allowed 1 hit. It's good to see him out here throwing well.
Oh, yeah, you always pull for the young men that go through that kind of surgery. It's a real difficult thing, and it, I suppose, teaches a lot about life.
Absolutely.
0-1, 0-2, 1 out. Again, Morgan impressively handling the first couple pitches of this at-bat. Caleb Williams behind, looking for anything, and Morgan looking to give him nothing good to hit here.
Checks the runner, comes the pitch.
He does lay it on the outside just off the plate, making it 1-2, 1 out. Of course, Hawkins at first base after the bloop single to right center. Morgan gets the sign. Runner breaks, moves over, strikeout, 2 outs.
The runner does it. Hawkins does advance to second on the drop. I guess it was a stolen base.
Wonder if the catcher was caught off guard with that pitch or some communication issue. It didn't look like he handled it as smoothly as you might expect with the talented hands he holds back there behind the plate. So,
Looked like he might have been crossed up a little bit.
yeah. 2 outs now, top of the third. Defensive adjustments being made by the Bulldogs. Morgan stares in to get his signal.
Center fielder Tyler Crow in for the Stingers.
Crow takes the first pitch for a ball.
Another pitch in the dirt, and the runner's going to advance to third and make his turn.
All right, so it's 2-0.
I believe so.
Okay.
Have some scoreboard.
A scoreboard operator over there is under pizza intoxication or something. So it's 1-1. Is that the right count? I'll tell you what, we ought to let folks know exactly what's going on.
1-1 is the count? A little confused here.
Well, if you are and I am, imagine our listeners are cutting off their computers as we're talking.
Stay with us. We'll get it right.
Please, yes. That was a nasty pitch right there. I don't really know. I mean, I really have a terrible angle. I think I need to be along one of the baselines with one of the teams because behind the plate is a terrible view today. 2-1 is the count. That was a nice pitch by Morgan. That is an off-speed pitch. I'm not really sure what the strike zone is from my perspective.
To me, it looked like it was right down Main Street. Not sure where the call was there.
Sharply hit foul ball down the right field line. By Tyler Crow. Tyler's a center fielder today. Came in batting 167. Real scrappy, fast ball player, but obviously has gotten to his hitting groove yet this season.
Got a lot of speed. Definitely want to keep him off the base paths. Those high socks often mean runners are fast.
Hawkins at third. He is moving up and down the baseline, getting quite a bit of attention from Bulldogs. Morgan's got him in his sights.
Oh, rung him up. What a pitch. He was halfway up the first base line.
On to 3-2, excuse me, the full count. The pitcher, Morgan, comes through again with a solid pitch to get the third strike looking. I don't think the batter agreed with him, but there's going to be substantial. Ooh, Coach McDonald let him know exactly how he felt about that as he walked back to the dugout. That ought to be interesting to watch the rest of the game. Anyway, on to the bottom half of the third, 3-0 Stingers.
All right, and then we're going to watch the rest of this interview with our player of the week, Sammy. Okay.
And after college, like after Pitt, I know you probably want to transfer to a D1 university, so that's obviously going to be your first goal. But if you don't continue on your baseball career after college, what do you hope to do with the rest of your life?
I'm hoping on transferring to ECU, majoring in mechanical engineering. But yeah, it's
and what would be the dream job, after college?
I don't know, something in that field of mechanical engineering, somewhere around that road.
Okay. Well,
Making
thank
money.
you.
All right.
All right, and that was our interview with Sammy Kraft. He is one of our catchers. Okay, and now we're going to go back live with Jay and Silas.
Welcome back. Bottom of the third. Leading off for the Bulldogs. Who we got coming up here? Let me see. Number 23.
Reese Farmer.
Reese Farmer.
South Central kid, local product.
Reese has a lot of athletes in his family. I tell you what, he comes from fine folks, and he is an excellent athlete himself. First pitch, strike one from the left-hander.
Yeah, Reese's former actually played college basketball, and he had a nice pro career in the overseas basketball player. So he's definitely got the genes.
Well, I tell you what, he's just a fine family they come from, and this young man's got a bright future on and off the ball field.
Absolutely.
0-2 count, 0-3 strikeout there. I tell you what, Hersey's had a nice day. He really has. If, in fact, the information you got, Silas, and it seems to be very accurate, is we're not seeing the stud, the number one guy. We're not seeding 3 and 4 this weekend. We're seeing good pitching otherwise. So this is a deep pitching staff here.
Exactly. Coach McDonald told me that. He said although they might not know exactly what pitchers are going to fit in where in their pitching lineup, they just know they're deep and all their guys can throw the baseball very well. That's what he talked on, just trying to work things out before they get into region play.
Clay Wilson at bat for the Bulldogs. 0-1, 1 out, bottom of the third. Right-handed batter, pitch out in the left-handed batter's box. So it's a 1-1 count.
Another local product, Wilson from Aiden Griffin High School right up the road.
Yes, that's a fine high school. A lot of good athletes come out of there. Not only good athletes, good folks, too. That's fine people in that part of the county.
Yeah, Wilson had a lot of success in his career in Aiden Griffin. He was a pitcher of the year as a senior. He was all-conference 3 years. His ERA senior year, listen to this, it was .86.
That's nasty.
Unhittable.
2-2, 1 out. Wilson facing it. Ooh, good eye there. Good eye. Works the count to full. 3-2, 1 out. This will be a nice, fun pitch here. It's always fun to go full.
Wilson's a pitcher, but he can absolutely swing the bat as well. He had .438 as a sophomore. That's
ground ball to the right side. Ooh, a little E4, eat him up right there. So we got a base runner. That's great. We battled in there, kept his hands back, gave it a good hard shot, and look, good things happened. Tough break there out of the second baseman for FD Tech, Caleb Nobles. Probably a ball he should have handled. If he looks back on it and gets a chance to see a replay of that, he'll say he should have handled that ground ball for sure. But we get a break, so 1 out, bottom of the third. By we, I mean the Bulldogs.
center fielder Patrick Wheeler up to bat.
Left-hander, always got a good cut. Patrick's batting .345 coming in. Just another part of these bangers. I mean, Pitt Community's just got just unbelievable output this year, and you got to believe it's a batter here, it's a bloop here, or something like that. Maybe even that ground ball error that gets this crowd started because there's just a lot of talent.
There are.
1-1, 1 out.
Not going to be able to keep these bats quiet for too long, you would think.
Whoa. Off the plate, but a strike. So it wasn't off the plate. What might be off the plate is my vision, because the only thing that matters is the umpire's call, and it's 1-2 there. Wheeler digs in.
Oh, good curveball.
Strikes him out. I tell you what now, Hersey has really had his way and is throwing a heck of a ball game. One hitter, is that what we're looking at, if the hits are correct on the scoreboard here, because my book has lost its way after the first inning. Good intentions, I suppose. Runner at first, 2 outs, bottom of the third.
Right fielder Braxton Green, the 2-0 hitter up for Pitt Community College. Came in late in the first game. It got a pinch hit double in the bottom of the 7th inning. Unfortunately, the Bulldogs couldn't bring him in and eventually lost that game, but he's now in the starting lineup after a good at-bat in the first game.
Yeah, that was now the Bulldogs got 9 hits something like that in the first game. That's not terrible, but they just could not get production to score runs, and it was a tough outing, no doubt.
Absolutely.
But Green did have that nice hit coming in cold, getting the base. Oh, look back. Ooh. Tagged high. Joe Kalinda, the legendary umpire on the base pass of the second game, says he's safe. Tagged him up high. and a colloquy between Kalinda and McDonald ensues. McDonald's had about all he can take in his umpiring staff today. He has really had a levy of complaints that he might not have if he was down in Darlington. But I will tell you that the throw was, get us some footage of that. Now, Mr. Kalinda's had about all he can take, and he has the final say. Now, one thing about Mr. Kalinda, he enjoys entertaining, and if you're going to get him involved, he's going to make it entertaining.
Still looking in the bullpen.
I really think that there's a lot of chirping that is going on. I think, it's tough to say. The base runner was out on the throw. I'll say that. The base runner was out on the throw. But the tag, obviously, is what mattered, and that's what the umpire said. The tag was high. He was in, and nobody from FD Tech likes to hear that.
Pitcher steps off here.
1-2, 2 outs, bottom of the third. Green at bat. The slow gets him at off speed. I tell you what, Hershey's been mixing his speeds up. He looks really good. He's got a soft balance. I mean, our boys are way ahead or way behind or just looking.
He's done a great job of mixing it up, coming with the fastball, then the change in the curve, just keeping everybody off balance. Not much we can do so far.
After 3 complete, FD Tech still got us 3-0. 3-0.
All right, and we want to do a shout out to our sponsors, Lara Beer Mexican Restaurant, Pitt Printing, and Greenville Auto World. Greenville Auto World recently just got a sparkling new showroom, and they said they have always sparkling prices. They said to put your tax refund to work and get a quality used car at Greenville Auto World. And Lara Beer Mexican Restaurant has Taco Tuesdays. Tacos are $1. On Wednesdays, chalupas and quesadillas are $1. And on Fridays, their lunch specials that include enchiladas, tacos, and burritos are all for $1. So go check that out. And now we're going to go back to our live stream with me, Jay, and Silas at the top of the 4th inning.
Thank you, Kelly. Scheduled to lead off for FD Tech is number 8, Stephen Cox. Cox is, of course, the first baseman today. And Morgan re-enters. He came in and has pitched well. Very well. And very proud of his work today. And so he is really breathing new life into the staff, giving a couple innings here, and will continue to do so. Pardon me. Yes, okay. Stephen Cox is the man leading off for FD Tech. Been commented on several times. Just a beautiful Saturday afternoon in Pitt County. Wind blowing from left field to right field, as it has been the prevailing wind all day. We've not had the fireworks we had in the first game yet, but that has been the power hour if you're just tuning in. Ooh.
We did have that first inning 3-run shot.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I thought he went around there, and the appeal down to first base gets a strike. So Cox is 1-1 with nobody out. He's leadoff batter in the top of the 4th. Inside pitch, making it 2-1. Morgan working him just like he wants to handle him. Cox looking for something to drive.
Good pitch there.
Makes it 2-2. The guys in the first game were talking about the signal system of FD Tech.
They were.
I think that's a little bit beyond my pay grade as far as the technical issues they were talking about in regard to the numbering system of the signs. It is unusual. McDonald sits there the whole game with his hands in his pockets in contemplative thought, and numbers are hollered, the signals are given with numbers, and it's a little different. Ground ball to shortstop. 6-3 put out.
Good play by Clay Wilson. Ground the ball, throw it on the first.
Yes, it's nice to get the what we consider to be routine outs. They're
Yep.
not routine if you don't get them. And when you look back on them, boy, that was a routine out. But juggle there, and it really causes a problem. So the steady hands of Wilson makes it nice to begin the fourth inning.
It's always good to get that first batter of an inning.
Currently at bat, number 9, Caleb Nobles, the second baseman. He fouls off the pitch for an 0-1 start, 1 out. The right-hander digs in there against Morgan, the left-hander. One inside pitch there, low and inside.
The lefty-righty matchup here.
Okay. Count 1 and 2. There he is, strikes him out
Good
for the
pitch.
second out. Yes, sir. Blake Morgan is getting dialed in. He's really having a sharp afternoon. Couldn't come at a better time. Keeping these guys off the base path is what he's doing. I mean, he's the routine out helps, but keeping them off the base path. So we got it bat now.
Can't see that number.
That would be number 2, Keyshawn Samuel.
Okay.
Base hit to right field. That's a nice base hit right there. Nice handling of the bat.
Was. That'll bring up Javon Martin, a 2-hole hitter for the Stingers.
Martin, the shortstop. Defensive changes made by the Bulldogs. Morgan goes to the stretch.
I'd have to keep an eye on Samuel here on first.
Hitter calls time, gets it, regroups. 2 outs, top of the 4th, 3-0 Stingers. Morgan going to work. Sharply hit ball, foul, down the right field foul line. And that puts Morgan ahead, 0-1, and exactly where he wants to be. He left that pitch up. That's unusual, what we've seen today anyway of Morgan.
Yeah,
But maybe he's setting him up for something else. Off the plate.
see.
Ooh, nice little bender there, mixed in, hard on the hands. Good work by the catcher, Kraft. He's had a nice game behind the plate.
He has. Long look over to first.
2-1, throws one way high and outside, as does Blake Morgan.
Looked like a curveball that just never really curved.
Wow. That nice baseball skills by Morgan right there. I mean, he had Martin at first, crossed up so bad. He was heading back to first when the pitch was 30 feet out of Morgan's hand. That's how crossed up he was as a base runner. It'll be interesting to see if he breaks. He wants to break, but I don't think he can figure Morgan out at all. Look at him. Look at him. He's just totally confused. Morgan's got him exactly where he wants him, and that's what you want to do with a small ball team. The left-hander is always tough for the first base, for the runner at first base as opposed to the righty.
There
He
goes.
breaks. Foul ball. Count is 3-2, full, 2 outs, top of the 4th. Speedy Javon Martin, the FD Tech Stingers shortstop at first base.
I believe that's Samuel.
Excuse me, pardon me, Keyshawn Samuel. These camouflage, I guess they camouflage numbers for my old man's eyes. Ground ball to shortstop. Ooh. Yeah, it was a deep in the hole. That's a real tough play to make a play on.
Absolutely.
Quick
runner.
Wilson showed a lot of maturity, tried to get the throw back at second, and so we got runners at first and second, and a lot better than Coach Mollison in that first game was talking about players doing maybe too much. It's never an attempt to do too much. It's just an attempt to do what you can do, and it turns in you just try to get too much out of it. And Wilson was pretty disciplined there. Keeps all the forces in play. Everybody's easy out now if we can get a ground ball, and so he kept that in front of him.
Still out, we really would have loved to have as Bulldog fans, because now the Stinger biggest hitter coming into the day, Dante Blakeney, is due up with 2 men on a runner in scoring position. Would have loved to face him top of the 4th.
And he takes, I guess, the first pitch for a strike and on the foul ball.
The Bulldog pitchers have kept Blakeney in check at this game, at least. He had that double in the first game and the other single, but he struck out and popped out weakly to second so far this game, so we'd love to continue that, get that third out here. Try to get some hits.
Morgan handles him off the plate for 1-1 count. Getting ahead is always nice when you got the guy you asterisk beside when you do your scouting report. Tommy Easton will tell you he never scouts, but somebody on that team does scouting. We talk with these guys, and they're prepared, and I think Tommy wants to soft sell everything, but they take a lot of pride in the development they make.
Popped up
Third to third baseman. Paskoric underneath it, settles under it for the third out. And again, Morgan handles himself very finely. I mean, he gets some base runners, but he just throws strikes. Real crafty, handles it. His defense stouts up behind him, which is always nice to do, and gets out of the inning. It is 3-0, halfway, 3.5 in, and we're looking forward to the Bulldogs' half of the 4th.
All right, we're going to take a look at number 6 on the Pitt County team, Shelton Perkins. He is a right-handed pitcher of ours. He is a freshman, and he went a redshirt freshman. He previously went to Wilmington, or he's from Wilmington. He went to East Carolina last year, and he went to North Brunswick High School. Some of his awards and achievements was that he got the Hot Stove League Player of the Year. His favorite high school athletic accomplishment was winning the state championship his sophomore year. His favorite MLB team is the San Francisco Giants. His favorite player is Barry Bonds. That's his all-time favorite player. And his current favorite player is Marcus Stroman. We asked him if he could have any specific quality of any current or past player. What would it be? He said Derek Jeter's leadership. All right, we're going to go back to the live stream with Jay and Silas now.
Good afternoon, bottom of the 3rd. I tell you what, batters 3, 4, and 5 coming up for the Bulldogs. Opportunities abound. Ooh, that's a fair ball right there. Hard hit ball by Milwee, the DH, normal catcher. I tell you what, he took the first pitch, drove it right to the base, popped up, and now he's on first base. I tell you what.
Awkward play, just kind of hit it towards the line. The third baseman dove, tried to make a play, but the ball hit the base and bounced in the air. He had no shot. So Milwee's in at first.
Good way to start. And now our number 4 hitter, Dominic Camerata, comes up playing.
Camerata struck out earlier in the game, so he's definitely going to look to get some revenge here and get his team back in the game.
Camerata is a very versatile baseball player. I mean, the last time we live streamed, of course, was the home series with Lewisburg when they had a doubleheader on Sunday, February 19th. He made some sterling plays in right field.
He did.
And then the night he checks in as an infielder. And, I mean, just some huge plays out there. I know the folks are very proud of his work. And he comes in at a very good time right now, 0-2.
As we all know, he can swing the bat very effectively as well. Even off the baseball field, he's pretty talented. He's got a 4.0 GPA, wants to be a doctor later in life, so he's a smart kid as well.
Oh, yeah. You won't talk. The 1-2 finds its way to a 2-2 here. No outs. You won't talk to Coach Eason long before he starts talking about academics. He's an accomplished graduate level, master's degree level teacher, and places a high level of importance on education. And there's nothing about his programs that don't emphasize quality. And when you start talking about, well, hey, who you sent to the major leagues? Who you sent to play ball? Which he sent them by the dozens. There's no problem with that. But he wants to talk about a team GPA here and a team GPA there. And I would think parents would find that to be very impressive. And a kid like Camerati, very talented athlete with high aspirations academically, exactly the kind of guy that Coach Eason looks for and wants to cultivate.
Absolutely. Coach Eason definitely pays attention to the student athletes.
Walking. No problem, buddy. No problem. 2 runners on, no outs. I tell you what now, shortstop comes in and give a little pep talk to the pitcher. He's finally facing a little pressure, see what he can handle it here. As we talked about, 3, 4, and 5 at bat now. And this is Paskoric, who is a very solid baseball player. Very solid. It may be an understatement.
Yeah.
Batting .355 coming into today's game. Real opportunity to do some damage, get the fight back in the Bulldogs. Got the first baseman creeping in on a bunt potential. Coach Eason getting action. Oh, he flies it out. Ooh, double play.
Not what you wanted to see there.
Acts as a fine play by FD Tech's first baseman, number 8, Stephen Cox. He comes in and makes a heck of a play. Really tough spot. You can teach all you want to about the bat barrel being up. You square that thing down and it pops up, and I tell you, you got troubles when you got to get it down on the ground. Boy, that's a gut kick right there.
Like a promising inning for the Bulldogs. 2-1, no out.
Turns into 1 on, 2 out.
Yep.
And now we have number 2, Tommy Bullock coming in to bat, our second baseman, and he's looking to keep it alive, keep something alive. Goes down 0-1, though. He's battling 0-2.
If he manages to get on base here, maybe bring around that runner, it's going to be Pasoric's best friend, kind of bailed him out if he can still get something out of this inning.
Yeah, he feels terrible about that bunt. There's nothing he would, he want more than to be able to change that around.
Absolutely.
Pop up to the center fielder, and the threat is quickly extinguished. We go to the top of the 5th. Stingers still up 3-0, and we'll be back shortly.
All right, back to Shelton Perkins, number 6, our right-handed pitcher. He said he picked his jersey number because Marcus Sherman rocks the 6, and so does he. We asked him how old he was when he first started playing baseball, and he said he's been playing all his life. Even when he was really little, he would play in the yard with his cousins. He said that he wants to improve his controlled velocity the most in his game. And after Pitt, he plans to return to a D1 university and prove that he belongs there. He has other skills, such as he was a three-sport athlete in high school. He was a quarterback for the football team. He was a point guard for the basketball team, and he played as a pitcher for his baseball team, which is quite impressive. All right, and now we're going to go back to the live stream with Jay and Silas.
Welcome back to the afternoon's proceedings. Top of the 5th. Morgan's back on the mound. Blake Morgan has had a fine outing. You'll see the scoreboard is a 3-run homer in the first, and everything else has been zeros. Bulldogs had only 2 hits, 6 hits for the Stingers, and I tell you what, it's been a pitcher's duel with some fortuitous defensive plays coming into account for the lack of run production. And leading off for the FD Tech Stingers is their big banger, the guy responsible for the 3 runs today, Tyler Anshaw, the third baseman. Blake Morgan will steer in to start the 5th. outside. Ball 1 to Anshaw. Defense playing it straight up against the big, strong guy. Slight being in the outfield toward right field. And that's a foul ball going down to the bullpen again in the left field line here at the stadium.
Henshaw a little late on that.
Morgan's got him off as he's had most everybody else all day long. A little bit off kilter. Not a tremendous amount, unfortunately. And we're liable to get a bounty tomorrow, but not a tremendous amount today Coach Eason can look at. But Blake Morgan is a bright spot.
Absolutely. Throwing the ball really well.
And he comes in, and that's something you want to have. Coach Eason talks about in the 4 games. He talked about it in the pregame. He's got his starters mapped out, and his starters have been a bit of a disaster today. And everything else is matchups after that, he says. And Morgan's came in and just took the ball and grabbed some innings here that is a big help. Ooh, he gives up a shot to that power alley in right field. Coming around to second base, the big fella Anshaw.
Boy, he's really having a day, isn't he?
I tell you what, he is dialed in. He's clearly taking advantage of right field and the wind heading that way, but he's a good ball player, really good ball player. So leading off the inning, he gets a double.
Looked like the first solid piece of contact here Morgan has allowed so far in the game.
Good point. Excellent point, Silas. I think you're right. Number 37, Harrison Hawkins, batting .321, coming into the day's proceedings. Steps up to bat here in the top of the 5th, no outs. His buddy Anshaw on second base after the double.
Put somebody in scoring position to lead off the inning. See how Morgan responds.
The bunt laid down, moved the runner over. Morgan can't come up with it cleanly. And so we got runners at first and third here, top of the 5th. No outs. So the Stingers again give a substantial threat here to the Bulldogs' afternoon plans.
A really nice bunt there by Hawkins. He waited a while before he turned it around and looked like he got the Bulldogs' defense off guard a little bit.
The fact of the matter is everybody in this lineup, it appears, is going to do everything that they need to, whether it's a 300 hitter laying down bunts and what would be an apparent sacrifice or anything else. I mean, these guys got to be ready to move, and that's exactly what he was talking about with the way he thought he had to try to score runs this year. Coach McDonald, I mean.
Yeah, he said they were definitely just going to try to get clicking on all cylinders leading up to region play, and it looks like today they really have been. They've just been doing everything they needed to do to score runs in the spots they needed to, get outs when they needed to.
Another shot to right center. Center fielder. He traveled a long way to go get that. Wheeler, wow. Went off his glove. Would have been a fantastic catch, but
tough play.
He really showed his wheels there, but it's a tough break bouncing off his glove. I know he'll tell you that he should have caught that ball, but he ran a long ways into the alley, and it's carrying out that way. We've talked about it repeatedly, and it just could not come up with it. So what that does is it comes up with a run, 4-0, top of the 5th, Stingers, and again. Maybe a play that should have been made, but wasn't, and excellent effort, but nevertheless, maybe should have been played. 0-1.
Yeah, Wheeler really did have to travel a long way. I think Green, the right field, actually would have had a better chance to make that play, just he wasn't in position.
Tyler Crow at bat for Tech. I did not get an opportunity. Now, I think because of the prevailing wind, they have been having their right fielder, they being loop single over first base, going to score him. Yeah, it's going to score him from second base, and that makes it 5-0. Nice handle of the bat there.
Morgan getting roughed up a little here in the top of the 5th.
Yeah, and it's that's a tough one to go down on. They kind of just popped it out there, and it's don't get me wrong, there have been some shots, but as we were saying, the right fielder has been swung around closer to the line defensively because of the wind. Obviously, it's the move to make, but nevertheless, we're 5-0, top of the 5th.
Javon Martin back due up. Seems like the top of the order is always due up for these Stingers.
He lays no,
Wow.
must have hit the batter in the box, or
Otherwise, a really nice bunt.
yeah, it would have been beautiful.
Screensy, that's not Martin. Martin, where's number 3? That's number 8.
I tell you
Cox.
what, I am not seeing numbers as well as I should. I'm not sure. I'm sure what the remedy is there. But
Yeah, this
maybe.
camo is kind of hard to look at.
Morgan with a throw over to first. Of course, I guess it's just an attempt to see if there's going to be any offensive strategies revealed with that throw over, and to keep him honest over there on first because of the nature of the beast when playing tech and the way they want to move their runners station to station.
He's gone.
Morgan peers in to break, to throw down the second, easily in for the bag. So he moves over the first. That would be Tyler Crow, the center fielder, as you can tell, quite speedy. 1-2 count, nobody out. 2 runs here in the top of the 5th to make it a 5-0 score. FD Tech Stingers up against Pitt Community College Bulldogs.
Yeah, Stingers really keeping their foot on the gas here. Still trying to get runners over across the plate. Even with the 5-run lead, they know their lead's not safe against such a talented Bulldog baseball team.
Hitter asked for time. One, no out. Morgan. Well, popped up into left field. Left fielder's having to make a serious run for it. I tell you what, the ball is just finding the green grass. It is incredible today. Some things that have occurred defensively. That's a base hit, I suppose. Got to be a base hit because it's such a long run. I don't think that's going to be charges in the error, but it's one of those days. And what that does is it puts runners on first and second here in the top of the 5th with nobody out, down 5-0. Be interesting. Not much to do but play for outs right now. You really need your outs.
Been hard to come by here in the top of the 5th. Not a single one yet for the Bulldogs. Already 2 runs across the plate and another threatening on third.
Okay, Coach Eason wants some time and opportunity to talk to Morgan. Maybe talk some defensive strategy here with runners on the corner, no outs. Be interesting to see if he does anything with his infield. Be interesting to see how he approaches Caleb Nobles, the second baseman, who's 9th in the order today. Nobles comes into the day batting .261. Catcher, pitcher, and coach are having a conference out there and making certain everything is exactly like they want it. I suspect Coach Easton's letting him know how proud he is of him and that he needs him to go ahead and finish strong here, which is definitely what he needs.
Definitely try to get his confidence back up. He might be a little rattled scoring these 2 runs. But, I mean, really, if you think about it, a 5-run lead is definitely not over, especially against a team like Pitt. So they could get a strikeout or pop up here and then maybe a double play the next batter. They'd get a couple runs on the board next inning. They'll be right back in this.
No doubt. 1-1, nobody out. Morgan with the pitch. I lay down another bunt, but can't get it fair.
Just relentless, this style of play from the Stingers, just laying down bunts all over the place, stealing bags, just playing small ball, trying to manufacture runs like they did so well in the first game.
It is an interesting game to watch because it is not usual when you have just continual bunts, continual small ball attempts, but it is certainly a strategy.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, folks. The bunt gets down this time. Back to the pitcher.
Play
That
at
play.
the plate. Got him. Wow.
Yes, sir. That was nice. Everybody kept their head. Morgan made a nice play back to the catcher, Sammy Kraft, who made a nice tag, nice blocking of the plate in a predictable, productive way, and keeps the run from scoring, and that's always nice. So we have number 2 leadoff batter, Keyshawn Samuel, our DH for the afternoon for these guys, for Tech Stingers up to bat. 1 out, runners on first and second. We got forces in order, so as I stated many times, the ground ball gets you out of the inning.
Gotta hurry though. Samuel's pretty fast runner.
That's right. The back end of the double play would always be testy if you're going the normal 6-4-3 or something like that.
Kind of a late time, granted. There, he was about to deliver the pitch. Morgan was.
Yeah, that can
hurt his arm.
Yeah, that can be jarring to a pitcher and upsetting to a coach.
Don't like to see that.
1 out, top of the 5th.
Good pitch. Like a slider maybe came in on his hands. Wasn't able to put the barrel on the ball.
Get ahead 0-1. Nice pitch there by Morgan. Thank you for joining us this afternoon on the live stream of the Pitt Community College baseball team, brought to you by the Pitt County Post. We hope you'll check the pittcountypost.com every day for your local news. We are your local news source. And hope you'll have an opportunity to check out our website. We're very proud of it. It launched in August of 2016. So thank you for watching the live stream this evening. 0-2 pitch, ground ball to the shortstop. Comes in, makes the 6-3 on the speedy runner, and gets the 3rd out. Nice play by the shortstop there. And we head Clay Wilson, and we head to the bottom of the 5th with the score 5-0. Stinger scratched across 2 that inning. Here come the Bulldogs, an opportunity to come back and get some runs on the board. We'll be back soon.
All right, and stay patient with us on the scoreboard. I know sometimes it's not always correct. This is our first time with the scoreboard and our second overall broadcast. I wanted to talk about our sponsors, Pitt Printing, Greenville Auto World, and La Beer Mexican Restaurant. La Beer Mexican Restaurant has Taco Tuesday, tacos for $1, chalupas and quesadillas for $1 on Wednesday, and enchiladas, tacos, and burritos are on their lunch specials for Friday, and those are $1. So check out those places. And now we're going to go back to the live stream with Jay and Silas.
I tell you, Kelly, thank you so much. Pointing out our sponsors, we simply could not do it without the sponsors, and we really appreciate them. That Greenville Auto World, if you go to our website, click on their ad, they have a phenomenal collection of automobiles. And the thing about automobile buying today is it's not local. It is local, but it doesn't have to be local. You hear so many people talking about buying from a long way away, hiring somebody to move it here, get it here, and that kind of stuff. And Greenville Auto World has a substantial, outstanding collection of automobiles. Please check them out.
Great prices as well.
Leading off the bottom half of the 5th inning, our catcher for the afternoon, Kraft, Sammy Kraft, and the count is
I believe it's 0-2.
All right. Everybody from FD Tech wanted to strike out there. And so, late call, got to strike out.
Very late.
Coach Easton's trying to figure out exactly where things have gone and what has occurred. He's not seeming to getting any answers. It appears that the umpires say it speaks for itself. The guy struck out. Certainly you'd like a quicker call than that, or more demonstrative or something.
I'll bring up the freshman righty outfielder, number 23, Reese Farmer.
Ground ball to second base, 4-3 put out. Farmer.
Not sure what's going on. Looks like he's staying at first. You know what's going on?
I have no clue what has occurred here. I'm sorry about that. It looked like to me it was a 4-3 put out. Farmer didn't bust it down the line. I don't know what I've missed. If anybody can fill me in on the details here, I'd greatly appreciate it.
Looked like a pretty routine play.
Obviously, you and I are the only people in the whole stadium who don't know what's going on here, which is kind of rough for our viewers. But
I think it was 1 out.
Nevertheless, we've got the 9-hole hitter, Clay Wilson, stepping in.
starts out 0-1. Okay. 1 out, 0-1. Pitcher goes over to first base. Keep Farmer honest.
Even though we're not quite sure why Farmer's on first, this is either way. It's a great opportunity for the Bulldogs to get just runners on base. Have been something hard to come by for us so far today. And to get one on is definitely something we need to try to take advantage of.
Getting to Easton giving signs over there to Farmer at first base, trying to get something started here to get this offense clicking. Getting to a real tricky time of the day with the shadows creeping across the stadium before the lights come on. So it'll be fun to see how that plays out.
Farmer's
swing and a miss. Farmer takes second. Oh, my. Okay, he gets caught stealing there.
About that.
And he comes up limping. Hope he's not hurt in any type of difficult way. You know, I tell you what, there's a reason why umpires are independent because every call, if you got colored eyes of any team, will be difficult for you to discern. And that was one of those. Looked like Farmer got under the tag from our perspective. But I've been wrong before many times. Often wrong, but never in doubt. So we got 0-2 to Wilson, the shortstop. Comes in 2 outs, bottom of the 5th. Strikeout, 3rd out, and the Pitt Community College baseball offensive woes continue today. So at the completion of 5 innings, 5-0, FD Tech Stingers up, and we'll be back shortly to begin the 6th inning.
All right, we're gonna take a look at Pitt player Mason Pickard. He's number 7, and he is our shortstop. He's a freshman, and he is from Adelaide, Australia. He came a long way. He went to Temple Christian College, which was the name of his high school in Australia, a little different than here. He said his favorite MLB team is the San Francisco Giants, and his favorite player is Javier Baez. Yes. We said if you could have any specific quality of any current or past baseball player, who and what would it be? He said Derek Jeter. He is the ultimate professional. He said he wants to improve his defense the most in his game, and his plans after Pitt is to get drafted to play at a D1 school. He says he likes his other skills include tennis, golf, and Aussie rules football. And he said if he could go back in time and witness one event in history, it would be to meet Jesus Christ. His pregame ritual is to pray and tape his wrists, and he always listens to Post Malone before a game. He calls and texts and talks to his parents, his mom and his dad, before every game. All right, and now we're going to go back to the live stream. We'll hear more about Mason Pickard later on.
Leading off the top of the 6th inning is Javon Martin, the shortstop for FD Tech Stingers. They're up 5-0, as you may know. The light's been turned on to start the 6th, as is customary. Whoa, shot to left field by Martin right at the left fielder for a out to start the 6th inning. Got a good rip on that one.
Absolutely. Left fielder in the right place at the right time was able to make the play.
And we head back to this gentleman again, Dante Blakeney. I guess we'll see a lot of him over the next couple games for tomorrow. Again, our feed starts tomorrow at 11:50, different start time than normal, the Sunday noon start. Inside pitch goes 0-1. Morgan's still on the mound for the Bulldogs. But we got the noon start tomorrow. This Sunday start time. Kids got to get back to the campus for school Monday and all. And so don't forget about the early start time tomorrow. Please tune in with us. 1-1 to Blakeney. Kelly will have the pregame at 11:50 tomorrow morning. And then we'll be going with Croft and Tyler and Kelly going through the first game. Inside pitch to Blakeney, making it 2-1. Second game is scheduled to start about 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. So please tune in. We hope you will. We thank you for doing that now. Foul ball by Blakeney, sharply hit into his compadre's dugout. So he rattled his buddies around with that ball into the first base dugout of the Stingers. 1-2 pitch on the way, 1 out, top of the 6th. Struck him out. Always nice. Always nice. Strike out the big power hitter.
Morgan has really had Blakeney's number today. He's got the best of him in there, 2 meetings so far.
Anshaw, Tyler Anshaw comes up number 14 for the Stingers. Of course, the guys did the 3-run damage early on in the ball game, had the double. So he's had a nice afternoon. And he comes up in the top of the 6th with 2 outs. Inside pitch, not necessarily chin music, but certainly inside. Morgan comes, maybe keep him honest, and for a ball 1. If you're leaving the ballpark, pick us up on the screen when you get home. Folks are emptying out of here. Off the plate.
Chilly.
Yeah, the shade certainly it comes quickly here at Minji's Overton, and that's nice sometimes of the year. But this time of the year, it certainly gets chilly quickly when we're blessed with such beautiful sun-kissed afternoons as we have been for the home game so far this year.
The thermometer in front of me is saying 47. I'm not sure how cold it is without wind chill, so it's definitely a lot chillier than it was earlier today.
2-0 pitch makes it 2-1 on the direct foul back by Anshaw. You know, we've talked about that before. That's a sign that a batter could be dialing up pretty well the pitcher when he fouls it straight back. The more bloop in the foul, they say, the less of an eye he's got, because it talks about fraction of an inch, his hands up and driving the ball. And that's exactly what Anshaw has done. Make a little off-speed pitch, tough little one to handle, bouncing about 58 feet, and so it makes it 3-1. Anshaw's looking for some meat right here. Nobody on, 3-1, 2 outs. He's going to be driving it if it's there. Here comes a pitch. Off the plate. Nice little handle there, low and away. I probably felt like Morgan did that Anshaw was going to be amped up in that spot and didn't give him anything good to hit, and took advantage of his vigor. And it's a full count, 2 outs now, top of the 6th.
Yeah, Anshaw was probably sitting on a pitch right down Main Street. Didn't get it. Missed it.
Fouled off again down the first base line over into the beautiful trees lining the parking lot here, left field area.
Really nice facility here in Winterville. They've done a great job keeping it maintained.
It is amazing what this campus has done in 20 years. I've been in Greenville since 1993. It is simply amazing. Full count, 2 outs, top of the 6th. Ground ball to the shortstop. Wilson will make the play. 6-3 put out to end the inning. I tell you what, Morgan's been tough as nails. I mean, he's hung around. Yeah. So we got it 5-0 heading into the bottom of the 6th. Time is running short, gentlemen. Will the bats wake up or not? We'll see. Bottom of the 6th coming up.
All right, back to Mason Picard, our shortstop, number 7 for the Pitt team. There's a few more questions we asked him in an interview, so I'm going to go let you guys know about that. He said he has some other teams on other. He has some other friends on other college teams. Cole Weaver, who plays for Baylor, and George Khalil, who plays for McLennan. We said, how hard is it to balance baseball and school, and what do you do to manage it? He said, time management is key. You always have to stay on top of homework. We said, what part of your game have you worked on most during the off season to improve? He said his hitting. We asked if you had to pick a skill other than baseball to master, what would it be? And he said he would choose to be a professional golfer. The best player he's ever played with or against was, he has a few of them listed, Travis Demerite, not sure how to say that, plays for Atlanta, Brandon Dixon, Cincinnati, and Chan Jong Moon for Houston. His hobbies include water skiing, golf, going to the beach, and shopping. And we said, what do you like to do when you aren't playing baseball? And he said he likes to watch sports and he likes to eat with his friends. All right, and that was a little bit about number 7, the shortstop for Pitt, Mason Picard from Australia. And we're about to go back to Silas and Jay for the live stream. Here you go.
Welcome back. Bottom of the 6th here in Winterville. Bulldogs trail 5-0 to the Stingers of Florence Darlington Tech. Let's see if they can get something going. Getting late. Got to make something happen quick if you're looking at trying to come back and win this ball game.
Leadoff batter, Patrick Wheeler comes up to bat. Patrick, of course, is our center fielder today, and again, we're at the bottom of the 6th, looking to get something started. 5-0 Stingers. And the top of the order coming up, that's about all you can ask for is, look, these guys are top of the order for a reason. Coach Easton feels like they're the ones to be in this spot, and they come back through at this time of the game. It's an opportunity to see, hey, what can we do? Let's get some things started, and that's just the sum total of it. We got a right-hander on the heel.
That number's hiding in the camouflage.
Yeah. I didn't pick that up in the mid-inning change of hot dogs and pizza and Pepsi-Cola. So we'll have to get a number here as soon as somebody can point that out to me. He's going out there on the hill. It's a big kid. Number 11, is that right? Number 11.
Wow, good eyes.
Number 11. Could help if I look at the FD Text roster instead of the PCC roster, I suppose. That would be an important thing to do. Mark Leonard. Big right-hander, as we can all see.
I got him listed at 6'2". Tall guy.
And we're looking at a kid who's in the second game of the doubleheader, big 6'2" guy. Why I say that is it does talk about the depth of the FD Stingers bullpen.
Definitely.
I'll tell you what now, it's a difficult spot. Coach Eason appears to be fighting off frustration. You're down 5-0 and you're looking at strike threes. No matter how good or bad the umpiring may be or where you're at, you got to keep it live. You got to keep those hands live. And I think Wheeler's telling his buddies in the dugout, I don't know what he's telling them, quite frankly. Bunt right back to the pitcher, not helpful at all, 2 outs.
Good idea by Green. Not much is working, but just couldn't beat the throw out. Not the best bunt you want to see in that position.
Yeah, you got to do something just a little bit different with your ball. You can't bunt it right back to the pitcher and make it that easy for the defense. 2 outs, bottom of the 6th, 5-0.
Just a routine play.
I got a feeling that there's going to be some teaching points at the end of this game. I don't think anybody's going to be privy to them but the ball players. He's dialed in there. Our third hitter, Milwee, obviously just a good baseball player, dialed in there for an 0-1 pitch. But
Bulldogs are definitely one of the best coach teams in the country with Tom Eason. Even in games they lose, they definitely learn from. So no game that the Bulldogs play is ever a complete loss with a coach like Tom Eason at the helm.
Well, it's obvious. He's an institution, has a great deal of affinity. Folks don't know the background on Tommy, as most do. It's hard to overstate the kind of high school baseball player he was. So long ago, he's an older gentleman, mid-40s, talking about 30 years ago almost. He's just an unbelievably talented baseball player. Of course, that didn't stop at East Carolina. And in the pros, he had a nice run. And so he has a great deal of affection here, and he does teach, and he constantly teaches, and he teaches by all phases of what he does and how he does things. And so I'm sure the guys will hear some things if it stays this way. 1-2 on Milwee, designated hitter for this afternoon's game, caught the first game. Now it's 2-2, 2 outs.
Yeah, Coach Eason has definitely been there, and he knows what he's talking about. So
Sure.
Players are always in a great spot to learn from a really great coach.
You know, we're very fortunate. 3-2. Can't work the full. Milwee works at the full on a high pitch inside. Very fortunate to have Ross Warren, a Pitt Community College alumni on our broadcast team. And we're always welcoming in, as we did today with Coach Mullis, folks into the box. Milwee takes the walk to talk about things here. But you hear old war stories, and a couple of years ago there I was heard a story about Coach Eason having the boys in the batting cage, getting frustrated with the way one of them was swinging. He goes in there, at that time 40 years old, 39, whatever he was, and I mean, just rips it to the back of the cage like he was 21 again, and he says, if an old man can do it, why can't you? And, of course, you know, he's an extremely talented old man. But nevertheless, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. But when you say he has done and can teach what he has done, that is accurate. Dominique Camerata, of course, the talented SEC transfer from Asheville, North Carolina, coming over at bat now, 1-0. Gets under it tremendously. Left third baseman heading over to the left field foul pole. Hard to see from here. Makes the play, as you would expect. 3 outs, bottom of the 6th. Camerata robbed himself on that one there. Just got under it. 5-0 as we head to the top of the 7th inning of the back end of the doubleheader today. So we'll be back shortly.
Auto world, big changes are taking place.
And now those changes are finally complete.
Greenville Auto World's long-awaited expansion features a new state-of-the-art repair facility that's larger than ever. With a spacious showroom and increased staff, every aspect of our new building was planned with greater customer experience in mind. No hassles, no frustrations, just top-notch care and the cleanest cars, trucks, and SUVs in the area.
To have your great customer experience, visit us in person or on the web at greenvilleautoworld.net.
At Greenville.
All right, and we are live again with Jay and Silas.
Thank you, Kelly. As we head to the top of the 7th inning, 5-0, FD Tech Stingers seem to be firmly in control. Pitch and change. The left-hander, Blake Morgan, who's had a wonderful afternoon, all things considered, has given way to
He stopped and then started.
Yeah, but now it's empty.
the right-hander comes in to start the 7th inning, and so we'll see what he can do as due up for Florence Darlington Tech. Harrison Hawkins, the 5th hitter in the lineup, himself quite a skilled ball player.
Yeah, James, the bulldog pitcher is just another thing we talk about. Coaches seriously takes academics. He had a 4.0 in high school. Obviously,
Cool.
testament to the kind of guys that Coach Eason needs to recruit and the type of program he's building.
I am absolutely certain his family is extremely proud of his academic performance. Starts off with a strike, 0-1 on Hawkins. Jones, a right-handed pitcher out of Newbern, North Carolina, West Craven High School. Patriots, I believe. 1-1, pass, ball gets away from the catcher. So it evens up the count. Field is almost entirely covered in shade now as we head toward the late afternoon twilight hours of what has been a beautiful Saturday in Winterville, North Carolina. Except for the Bulldogs offense. That has not been a work of beauty or art.
Rare, usually is.
Yes, it is. It is. All you have to do is read about the games this past weekend in Myrtle Beach and know that this team has got power and what's going on. Ground ball back up the middle by Hawkins. Shortstop can't make a play on it. Pitcher got a glove on it, like he didn't have anything more on it with his body because it was right back up the middle. And so Hawkins gets the first base. Going to be an infield base hit, gotta be.
It's one of those plays tough, kind of tips off the glove, slows it down a little bit. You wonder if it didn't get to the second baseman sooner, he could have had a play on it, but it's just tough to make that decision so quick. I definitely couldn't have done it.
There's no man's land out there for sure.
Absolutely.
Number 16, Caleb Williams.
I believe so.
Up to bat for FD Tech. Runner on first, 0-1, nobody out. Jones with the approach. Shot into left center field, one bounce. Left fielder gets it in, throws it. The shortstop cut off there. Runners at first and second, nobody out. And the FD Stingers offense keeps humming right along. 13 hits on the day, 5 runs, and they may not be done. Nobody out here. That was a line shot. I say he barreled it up is what might be known in the vernacular.
Looked like a sure thing double to me, but the left fielder got a good jump on it, was able to stay in front.
Yes, that was a very nice play, and shortstop coming over and making the play also looked very nice and coming in and keeping the runner at first base, thereby keeping the double play still in order for what it might be worth at a 6-0 point at that point in time with the double play turned over. But the defense has the middle infield's in double play depth for sure. Third baseman even with a bag. Jones prepares to approach. Fly ball, base hit into right field. Run scores. That was Tyler Crow. Nice little flare off there. That certainly hit it where they ain't. That's what they say, I suppose, and that's exactly what happened there to score the run to make it 6-0. Runners on first and second, nobody out. The pain of 1,000 cuts continue.
Stephen Cox steps in for the Stingers. 6'1", 196-pound sophomore.
He's been quite active in today's affairs.
Yes. Seems like most of the Stinger lineup has been pretty active. Put up 6 runs, 14 hits.
Time called. Catcher and pitcher have a meeting on the mound to finalize some details.
Seems like the one kid that we would expect to be involved the most has been about the only kid on the Stinger lineup to not really get involved in the offensive game. And Dante Blakeney homered and doubled in the first game. And Coach McDonald told me he was really one to look out for. But yeah, the Bulldog pitchers have thrown him really well. 2 strikeouts, I believe, and will pop out in a second.
Jones with the strike, 0-1 on Cox. Runners on first and second. First baseman in on the grass. Not quite sure what to expect out of any particular member of the offense of FD Tech in regard to bunting. Fouled that ball off, 0-2. Less likely to be bunting in this kind of situation, up 6-0. I think coach is going to give them a chance to drive in some runs or see what they can do without placing a lot of restraint on them, as a station-to-station team may do for a batter from time to time. 0-2, nobody out, top of the 7th. Jones with the pitch. Half-hearted swing, but he did go around for the strikeout there. Absolutely, you're not going to get that check swing this late in the day, up 6-0. So, 1 out.
Good job by Kraft to stop that ball, let it escape. Could have advanced the runner, but if he would have fielded it clean, he might would have had to play at second. The runner on second kind of took off a little bit more than he should have.
At bat now for FD Tech, number 33, Max Mahon. Big young man, no doubt.
Got him listed at 6'1", 265.
Well, the guess would be he's got some pop.
Don't think we'd have to read the scouting report to tell that.
Of course, he's a reserve, so he may be young or those matters, but he is a big human being. 1 out, 2 on, top of the 7th. 2. Ooh. 1-1 is the strike call on that pitch, and it is where it crosses the plate, not where the catcher catches it. That's the famous saying of umpires, I believe.
Double
strike.
steal.
Ooh, double steal. Yes, nice little movement out there, up 6-0. Those kind of things don't get forgotten easily. 1-1, 1 out, top of the 7th.
Breaks up the double play possibility.
1-2, excuse me. That was the second strike. I apologize. My scorebook is a pitch or two behind, but that's on me. Runners at second and third. Defensive movement now as alignments are being made by the coaching staff of the Bulldogs. Bring the defensive in. Going to knock down anything. They got to keep the run from scoring with 1 out. They have to be playing in. And the bloop over the into the right field, right center for the base hit, and 2 runs will score for FD Tech. Nice handling of the bat by Max Mahon for the backside base hit. Good times keep rolling for the Stingers. 8-0. They're up. Always tough to get through these kind of innings for ball players. So you start looking around for some telltale nonverbal signs. You got kids hanging their head. Are they going to be back in, or what they're going to do? I know the coaching staff is looking for that. They're always looking for pitchers to battle, but it's a tough time of day, and at 8-0, you're really looking for what your kids can do in that type of situation to be reflective of what they may be able to do in the future.
It's been a long day, too. They've been out here a pretty long time.
Absolutely. 0-1 pitch here. Keyshawn Samuels back up the bat.
Top of the order for the Stingers.
Oh, took a big cut at that one out to left field and to left center, settling underneath it, no problems. 2 outs there. So the fly ball out makes it 2 outs in the top half of the 7th. Though they've done some damage with 3 runs already. The bat now are the shortstop, Javon Martin, number 3, runner on first base. As we said, 2 outs. In the top half of the 7th, Jones with the approach right now. Fields up the strike zone, 0-1 to begin with the at-bat against Martin. A little high and inside, making it 1-1. off the plate, 2-1. I tell you what, now I hadn't had a chance to comment. When I was out here first thing this morning as I saw the boys break, I really like these uniforms Pitt Community College. The black and blue is just stunning, and
It looks sharp.
you know it really does look sharp. And as is stated often, Coach Easton very much a traditionalist, and so this is certainly a flair for his outfit, and I like when they wear these colors.
I don't think you'd ever see a Tom Easton coach ball club in those camos like FD has.
I don't know that it would have to be some type of arrangement, I suppose, that was very charitable in nature that got him to wear those. On the 3-1 pitch, a nice base hit line in the left field for Martin with 2 runners on. And, of course, the sleeping giant, as we might refer to him this evening in the back end of the doubleheader. But, you know, you don't want to stir anybody, and he's got an opportunity to see if he can drive something here, righty-on-righty matchup. So, Blakeney, we're, of course, referring to Dante Blakeney, the very talented left fielder for FD Tech. Swings at the first pitch, fouls it down the right field line, excuse me. So he's still looking to be aggressive. I believe everybody's got a pretty good idea. Jones is going to fill up the strike zone if he can, and so they're going up hacking to have some fun. That's the only way to do it. Jones is not going to pick around the edges. He's going to try to get some outs. Got one more needs to get. Ooh, 0-2. That was at the high end of the strike zone, I would presume, and maybe the outside edge as well. That's what I'd turn around and ask maybe Blue and say, you know, is that where we're at there? So I know the parameters. Of course, they don't really like the chitter-chatter. Blakeney takes the 0-2, fouls it back over the first base dugout, and he's doing the whole 0-2. Jones peering in to get his sign. He's ready. Misses his spot, and that moves the runners up. A little bit unsure what happened there. I know it was a tough handle for the catcher. Of course, that moves the runners up, getting the ball on the ground, and so you didn't want to do that. But it's 1-2, 2 outs. Blakeney at the plate.
Good heads-up base running by the Stingers. As soon as they realized that ball was a little out of reach, they were gone.
Struck him out the end inning. Very good point. Even the big fella, Max Mahan, there got moved around the ball on the base pass.
Yeah, he did.
So we're 8-0 after 6.5. One chance left for the Pitt Community College Bulldogs to get it together. We'll be back shortly.
Auto world, big changes are taking place.
And now those changes are finally complete.
Greenville Auto World's long-awaited expansion features a new state-of-the-art repair facility that's larger than ever. With a spacious showroom and increased staff, every aspect of our new building was planned with greater customer experience in mind. No hassles, no frustrations, just top-notch care and the cleanest cars, trucks, and SUVs in the area.
To have your great customer experience, visit us in person or on the web at greenvilleautoworld.net.
All right, and we're back live with Jay and Silas.
Well, folks, we have told you all afternoon that we have had some trouble with the numbering system with the camouflage jerseys of FD Tech. If you have hung around this late in the afternoon, you're in for a treat, as we are told. Number 6, Trent Autry, who is the donkey, the stud of this staff, as we are told, is going to finish out the game. I guess he's going to get one inning of work after he loosens up in the bullpen is the plan. But Silas, what do we know about this young man?
Yeah, I asked Coach McDonald for who his most dependable and most his best players were, and he definitely said this guy, Trent Autry, we're about to see, has been one of his most productive players. He said in his last outing, Autry actually threw a complete game, no-hitter, 15 strikeouts against Cecil College, and Coach McDonald said he was touching 95 miles an hour in the 7th inning after 6 full innings of work, and Coach McDonald tells me he's been getting a lot of pro interest, and that Autry has a chance to be special if he keeps working and doing what he's supposed to be doing.
Opens up with a fastball for a 0-1 count here on the batter, Piscort.
It's kind of interesting that we're seeing Autry here. Coach McDonald told me that he'd probably give Autry the weekend off. So
2 fastballs, 0-2, right at Piscort, putting him on the spot here in the bottom of the 7th, 8-0 Stingers.
He's definitely throwing gas.
Oh, he is absolutely slinging it. He's a broad-shouldered kid, not terribly physically imposing, but certainly a can of gas, no doubt about it.
And that team he no-hit Cecil College is not bad.
Piscort gets a fly ball into right field. That's always hazardous today, but it is a fly ball, fly out to the right fielder. You can tell that's how you handle that fastball. You go backside. There's some discussion of that earlier with the first game crew as well, but Autry goes up there and fills up the strike zone. So it's a little bit of a treat to be able to watch the kid play. There was discussion here about radar guns and all that kind of stuff coming in with him, and so it's good to see. The scouts never stuck around this long today, but they certainly missed a good outing here, an opportunity to see him play.
Looks like we've got one radar gun.
Yeah, there's a couple still down there for sure. But I'm not sure if they're press guys, Baseball America guys, or who, but nevertheless, they have come out, and a few people remaining in the stands this late in the game with Autry on the hill. I tell you what, it almost makes sense to me that Tommy Bullock just had a out-of-body experience, that chin music on the very first pitch that came in on that play. I mean, it takes a bit of courage to stay in the box like that, like he has, because high and inside with this kid appears to be a path to danger. But nevertheless, he's standing in 2-1, 1 out, still 8-0.
Bulldog hitters, I haven't seen anybody throwing this hard so far today. Definitely something new for them.
3-1 count. He can look something to drive. He's likely to get it. Ooh, he pulled off speed. Was that a changeup on a 3-1 from the big guy? That's a bit of an unusual strategy to take. It looked like from here anyway. I thought he was just going to channel it.
Yeah, that's what I would assume as well.
Sammy Kraft coming up, number 25, 1 runner on, 1 out. Bottom half of the 7th. The last opportunity for the Bulldogs. Autry starts him out with a fastball and fills it up, 0-1. Kraft has not found his stride hitting yet this year. The staff is extremely optimistic that'll come with just more at-bats. He has done a fantastic job working as a catcher, and they're very proud of the work he's put in, but his bat has yet to start this season. 0-2. Wow. How about that? He may need to be called every at-bat of his because he drove it right back up the middle for a nice base hit. Everybody's happy for Sammy on that one, even if it happens at this part of the day, but that could spring to bigger things. But that's a nice base hit, putting 2 runners on. Runners on first and second, 1 out, bottom half of the 7th. This is the coaching staff. You got to believe, and you're absolutely certain that they want a little charge here. They want something to jumpstart them into noon tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. Number 5, Aaron Stamper.
Base hit back up the middle. Autry with a bare hand attempt, hits his hand, rolls to the shortstop. Nobody in Autry's realm wants him barehanding a ground ball from a college athlete back at him.
Absolutely not. It's dangerous.
I imagine Coach McDonald's going to make that clear at some point in time. His buddy at shortstop might be saying the same thing. Hey, kid, let's use the glove hand. Don't worry about the offhand. Because a finger broken or something this time of year with that kind of member of your staff is impactful on the team, impactful on his future and everything. And so It's just a thought. Obviously, a good athlete trying to do what he can do to help his team, even up 8-0. Bases loaded, 1 out.
Caleb Beatty is standing in, pinch hitter. Caleb Beatty wears number 18 because number 8 would have been his first jersey choice, but Coach Eason wore number 8, so nobody really wears number 8 anymore. Kind of retired that number here at Pitt.
A sophomore out of McLean, Virginia, McLean High School, Caleb Beatty. I hope he has enjoyed his time here. Foul ball off, making it 1-2. Bases loaded, a nice base hit here would get some things going, and it's just about the next pitch in baseball. Can't look much further than that in regard to offense. Autry with the high heat for the strike, making it 2 outs, and the strikeout.
Down to the last at-bat of the game for the Bulldogs. They've got a chance to get some across.
Patrick Wheeler, freshman from Holly Springs, up to bat. Patrick, our leadoff man and center fielder today. Paints the outside corner as the catcher gives Autry exactly what he wants, which is that spot right on the outside, which is to the left-handed. Wheeler is in the right-handed batter's box. 0-1, 2 outs. Wheeler turned on it, fouls it straight back. Goes in the hole 0-2. Bottom half of the 7th, 0-2, 2 outs, bases loaded. We have had a wonderful day here today. We appreciate y'all listening and watching our live stream, and we hope you'll spread the word for us. That's a tough one out of play down the third base line. Still 0-2. He's up there battling.
This kid, Patrick Wheeler, he's got a pretty interesting personality. We asked him before the season started if he had any special skills other than baseball. He said he could cook minute rice in 58 seconds.
That is talent right there now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Off the plate, 0-2, goes to 1-2. The wasted pitch, as one might say. Back to our appreciation. Thank you for tuning in to us. And again, the first pitch tomorrow at noon. Kelly's pregame show will be at 11:50. Please take an opportunity to tune in with us, spread it around, share it on your Facebook. Family and friends of these ball players deserve to get folks to watch them, and it's an enjoying thing when you do watch your family members or friends play ball when they're off at college. 2-2 count. Autry went off the plate on that one with a fastball. So it's 2-2 count, 2 outs. Wheeler at the plate, excuse me. And he went down on a swinging third strike to end the ball game. Unfortunately, the Pitt Community College Bulldogs go down 8-0. Nothing to be taken away from Florence Darlington Tech's afternoon. They had a sparkling day, winning both games in the doubleheader with just a magnificent display of small ball as the guys shake each other's hand at home plate and get ready for a meal and some rest in a doubleheader tomorrow afternoon. Can't say enough about the Stingers and the way they played ball today. We're very exciting. We hope y'all have a nice evening. Please join us tomorrow at 11:50. Thank you, and thank you for joining us. And again, have a nice evening.